And welcome back, everybody, to this 2025 BC Open Snooker Championship here in Richmond, British Columbia, Canada. Another great round-robin match. Two strong players here definitely know how to pot a ball. Gordon Wu taking on Shawn Telban. Gordon Wu, previous shootout winner champ. And Shawn, unfortunately, last year there was a blue ball respot tiebreaker, and he just came up a little short. So it's David Burney in the booth. He's hoping to have a guest friend pop in remotely, but unfortunately, just the technology just wasn't working out for us. There's a lot of wheels turning, and just we're kind of got a little skeleton of a crew here. So hopefully, a little later this afternoon, we can get our guest commentator coming in from Ontario. So this is both players' first match, so maybe just shaking off a little bit of the rust. We also have referee Hanna Lisovenko in this match, as our good friend John Shoring will be keeping score. We are up on Snooker Canada's YouTube and Facebook page, so feel free to chime in if you have any comments or questions. Let us know where you're tuning in from. Snooker's a great global game, reaches all corners of the earth. There's going to be a little respect here at the beginning. Both players heavy break builders. I do practice sometimes with Shawn at our local club up in Vancouver. Definitely, if he gets going, he's a tough man to beat. lots of reds spread open. To see who's going to falter, possibly in safety. Just kind of went into them a bit too much there, but he does have a red to top left corner, it looks like, but he's got to go over the pink and a red. Yeah, that could be a catastrophic miss there for Shawn. Black is open, blue is open, pink as well is open into the left middle. Gordon's eyes probably just expanded to the size of saucers, just looking at a great opportunity. Both these players have the potential, I think, of winning a frame at one visit. everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Johnny Sparks cheering on his sparring partner, Shawn Telban. This is going to be a bit of a trying shot here for Gordon. Safe, a little containing safe shot there. Yeah, as you can see there, that red just blocks the path to cut that maybe plant. It's definitely tricky, and then that pink is getting into the way there for Shawn. But maybe he has a pathway here for this red near the top left. Nicely played. Did give it some pace with the element of safe. Didn't want to just leave it in the jaws of the pocket. And as well, he's brought his cue ball up to the bulk area. Oh, that hurts. But it might be okay. It's popped out enough that it just hasn't left anything easy. This is a bit dangerous here. Skimming off the reds just below the pink. Gotta be mindful of the in-off. Oh, he's able to get by. Definitely lots of great action here today at Top 147 Snooker and Billiards Lounge. Feel free to come by. Admission is free. Drinks are cool as well. We've got another venue snooked out in Surrey. We've got some round robin matches going there. We really appreciate all the help the team is doing out there to make this tournament a great success. Just wasn't able to punish Gordon. Kind of faltered a little bit on that last safety shot. Says Gordon's homeroom does play a lot, but I'm pretty sure Shawn, in leading up to this tournament, has come down to practice on these tables. I believe this Rasson table, our featured TV table, just got recovered a day or so before the tournament, so not many people have had the chance to practice on it. Both are trying to take their shots on there. Tough part is it's not an easy safe with that red just over the left middle. Well, that's why Gordon was taking that a little bit more difficult long red. Safe shot there by Gordon, putting that cue ball tight to the bulk cushion. Might be a little bit in the aggressive side for Shawn. He is predominantly a pool player, quite proficient at that cue sport. Definitely does enjoy his snooker. Difficult pot, but he was going to be sweetly on the black if he was successful. I really don't think he's left it on, so safety shot for Gordon. Looking to hopefully maybe get behind the green. Yeah, it didn't come up table enough for him. Shawn's just got to be mindful of the brown. Being a right-hander, that's going to be close where his bridge hand is. Has a path. Oh, and he's hit the horn nicely to... He's on the black. He'd love to be a little bit higher on the black to take the natural angle after potting it into the right middle to come down for the reds. Still a little check side to straighten it up. This is game on for Shawn Telban. Reds out in the open, high value colors pretty much on their spots, maybe pink just off a little. Oh, that dreaded commentator's curse. I thought he was off and running there. Gordon trying to cut back. I think there's an element of safety, but cannon it into that blue, or his cue ball was going to be headed deep into the bulk area. Very tough shot. The doubles into the corner pockets. You don't see that often. Such a smaller gap to get into as opposed to the middle bags. There's surprising miss there by Gordon on the previous shot. He's fortunate enough that that red did roll tightly to the left cushion. They're not missing by much. You know, a few tightenings of the screws and those shots are going to find the bottom of the pocket soon enough, but once again, now a good opportunity for Shawn. Oh, just... Oh, he might have fluked this. Oh, he has not. Yeah, the blue isn't going to save him. They look so easy on the screens, but you gotta give every shot Rockets do care. Just a little annoyed by the brown. Come up nicely on the black. It's got a bit of angle so it can come off the cushion. Have that red in the open in the middle of the table. Well, Wayne, your check is in the mail. I really appreciate the kind words about the stream and the commentary. It's very encouraging. It is what I like to bring to the game. I might not be the best cueist, but hopefully I can be the other C, the commentator. Looking forward to seeing you back on the bays there, Wayne. Hopefully someday soon. Because with all these lovely comments you've give us in all our streams, there's nothing going to be short of brilliance when I commentate on your next match. Seesaw and Affair is knotted at 23 apiece. This first frame, best of 3. Looks like Gordon's have a bit of luck there. He's got Shawn in a bit of a snooker. Might be able to slim past it and hit a red, but the big thing is where you're going to leave object and cue ball. Yeah, he left that for Gordon, and I'm surprised. Maybe just a little too much pace there on that shot, but good friend Malad just came in the camera view for that last shot. Yoko-chan, thanks for tuning in. Well, that's great to hear, Wayne. Yeah, Rimin is doing a lot of great stuff there in Calgary. Just recently in Cowtown, commentating on the Calgary Open. Great championship, Rimin's first big tournament. Got a lot of great players. Albert Kenny was victorious over Nitin Sharma. So we've definitely seen the opportunities a lot more for competitive snooker in Canada, and as well to our friends south of the border and in the US of A. Obviously the real big tournament probably coming up on the Labor Day weekend, running from August 30th to September 7th, is the PAPSA Championship. They have the seniors to start things off. Winner of that gets a shot to play in the World Seniors Championship at the Crucible Theatre. And if you're victorious in the Open Championship, you get a 2-year card, which Sahil Nair got last October in Montreal. So we finally have a Canadian back on the Pro Tour. It's going to be a tough go, but you'd hope at least some of the Canadian broadcasters can at least give them a little bit of limelight and inspire some youngsters to pick up the cue. Maybe even our good friend Rianne Desani, who played in our previous TV match today, only 10 years old. And he definitely made John Kinsella think about things a little bit. Their first run went all the way down to the pink. Nice try on the double there by Shawn. So lots of great stuff out there. Definitely look into all the websites. They should have tournaments posted up there. I do my best to keep everyone informed of all snooker events happening mostly in the Lower Mainland, but even further and beyond. So if you've got an event or you want to be in the know, feel free to send me an email at snookerdave21@gmail.com. That's snookerdave21@gmail.com. And I'll put you on my mailing list, and you'll update it when tournaments, qualifiers, leagues, and all good stuff revolving around snooker is happening. Didn't want to get into that black on that last long pot attempt. It's like Shawn is refusing that red to the right middle. Going to play this other red into the left middle. He's beautifully on the brown. Those are tight pockets. It's just swirled around the lips and where it's refused. I wonder if there's a pathway for that last red to the left middle, but he more opted for leaving tough. Shawn tough in a snooker. It's a good hit. He has left one right on to the right middle. Natural angle will take him up for the brown. He's got a nice red to just float down for the pink. He's played to come up for the green possibly, and you're going to make sure of the pot first, but does have a 12-point advantage, but 43 on the table. His heart was in his throat there as that red just rattled around in the jaws and finally found home in the bottom of the pocket. Is there a pathway for this black through there? Or maybe you can just, looking for the blue or brown. This is a seesawing affair, this first frame, back and forth. It's like a heavyweight boxing match. Two heavyweights going pound for pound, punch for punch. And Gordon's got a chance to come off cushion and maybe get near that green. Just to be a little thin. Red is safe. It's got a lot of distance between cue ball and that last red. Shawn will just try a cross double here. Oh, just a little pacey. Gordon, a little tap on the heel. Appreciated the attempt on it. Oh, maybe he just baited in there. That red hitting that black a couple of times. It's kept it open, even unavailable for a gutsy long pot. Don't blame Gordon not for taking it on. It certainly was tough. The green's kind of blocking the top left corner. Shawn might be able to squeeze by. Giving it a shot, and definitely had that green acting as a bumper. But unfortunately now he's left a thin cut into this right middle. As we get into the colors, Gordon has a 3-point advantage right now. It's an option of color, and then after that we'll start the process on the yellow. Oh, that is why they call the game snooker. And agreed, Dwayne. Yes, that's the young Margot Lisovenko, who was battling Charlie Brown yesterday on our TV table. And apologies to the Charlie Brown camp. He is actually from Campbellford, Ontario. Not sure why I brought up a different place, but yeah, Margot actually comes to us from Ukraine. Her mother actually is refereeing this match, as well their friend Anton Fedoshin, who's the roving referee right now in the room. Yeah, referee Lisovenko is going to be put to the task here. Don't imagine Gordon anytime soon getting out of his chair unless Shawn is successful with a hit on that yellow. Be mindful, this could be a free ball. This is where it really can be hurtful in the game. Has her path to go left, right. This will be Telban's last attempt here. Unfortunately, ran into the black there. That's 7 big points. Yes, Wayne Binder chiming in. Just really happy to see what's happening with the game out here in the western part of North America, because we had to include our good friends down in Seattle, Ox Billiards, Mike Dominguez and crew. Really doing wonders down there. They got a big 9-ball tournament that's happening this weekend. That's why we're missing a few of our friends from Seattle, but we do have Kevin Cui and Dave Daly in the tournament up here. This looks like a... Gordon could put him back in from here. I think Shawn definitely would be able to get out of the snooker, so. On a free ball situation, you cannot use that nominated ball to put your opponent in a snooker, unless pink and black are the only balls left on the table. So this can go back as there's 27 difference, because Shawn still can tie. Good hit there by Shawn. Oh, can you believe it? He goes in off. It's a close frame, but just those snookers that Gordon's putting in might have found a little weakness in Shawn's game. Shawn now does need at least 2 snookers to tie. That green's definitely going to make sure that Shawn doesn't come back to the table. So it's looking like the first frame is going the way of Gordon Wu. $35 in it, or 36 in it, 22 on the table, so that's a concession. We're going to step aside for a quick break while referee Lisovenko sets up frame 2 and come back with this fun round-robin match between Gordon Wu and Shawn Telban. And welcome back, everybody. Just get into this frame after it's starting off. So let's see if Shawn can rebound. Obviously, really tough. They succumbed so many penalty points. Yeah, it doesn't look like Gordon has much on there. It's a little cagey to start. Black is kind of getting tied up. You know, Shawn would love to open up the reds and get his potting game on. The only problem is Gordon is as well a proficient break builder. Might be a bit of trouble there. There is a red. Looking now at this angle. I don't know if there's anything, really desirable. This is going to be coming down quite a lot. The only really great ball here is that black is tight to that right cushion. Oh my, oh my. Gordon, whoa. But that was probably an element of safe, getting this cue ball up there, so could have an angle here. He's taking the screen on. Oh. Did he just get ahead of himself there? I don't know. Because there's a potential for the snooker, but just how these reds are starting to open up down here. It's appetizing for a proficient break builder. Just hoping that to run a little bit more. He's got the black with the rest. He's gonna, looks like he's gonna perform the great Bill Werbeniuk shot. Obviously, well, one thing, Bill was a proficient break with the rest, but I coined the phrase once. I was playing a mate, and I took a shot, put the red in the pocket, got up, chalked my cue, pretty much didn't move from that position, and potted a color afterwards. And I asked my friend if that would be considered a Bill Werbeniuk shot, and he wholeheartedly agreed, as he's an older gentleman, our good friend Rob Johnson. Playing at his house. He knew Bill back when Bill was having lots of fun here. Rob does a lot of help behind the scenes. Gets the promotional material ready, the poster design, to get it out to all you great people to know when tournaments are happening. Just might have ran just a bit too much there, Shawn. You can tell that this is body language. Gingerly puts that rest back into the holder. Could be playing a double here. Oh, thought better. Good to go run and hide. What if he had a shot to nothing with one of those reds in the middle there? Like Shawn could have it with this red that's to the right of the pink. There's a pathway to the top left corner, and he could come off two cushions. And he could pull up nice. Ooh, he's just gone a bit far on that brown. There's that disciplined snooker player who thinks he's a pool player. I think we've converted him into the world of snooker. Didn't try to force anything, kind of took his medicine. Putting Gordon into snooker would be more profitable. Although there are a lot of reds down at the top end of the table. Gordon surely can cannon into one of them. The question is where he's just going to leave his cue ball. Shawn's electing to put him back there. I don't know about that choice there. Gordon's pretty proficient in the game. I think he would make subtle adjustments. Yeah, he hits it now, and he's... There's a couple of reds on. Come off the cushion and be on the pink here. I thought he was going to maybe play for the pink in the opposite pocket, but that really ran. He's out the blue, unfortunately. He's just the natural angle taking him up table. This is probably going to be end of break here. Shawn slowly increasing his lead. A scoreline of 20-8 in the second frame. It's a best of 3 round robin match. Shawn has 2 wins under his belt in the group. Gordon has 1 win and 1 loss, so this is a big match here for Gordon. Definitely like to get another win up on the board. Like a little bit of a messy table. Got pretty much 6 reds below the black spot. That makes it a little bit tricky for a substantial break. Gordon happy to take on the mid-range red to the yellow pocket. He's cannon into the blue there. He's opened up this red. Lots of table to use here if he wants to be successful. Wow, how many reds did that cushion? How many cushions did that red hit? I mean... Thin cut just missed. Could be in store for quite a little safety battle here. A tough shot there. Looked a lot easier on the screen there, but he gave If it had a nice pace, it'd give the pocket any chance to swallow it up, but if it was just to be offline by a millimeter, it would probably rattle in the jaws and sit there for a relatively easy starter for Gordon. Rick Marshall chiming in, wondering about the draw. There might be a link in the description. If not, feel free to check out challenge.com. Challenge. That's challenge with an O. Most pool and snooker players do know the challenge site. But challenge.com/2025 Snooker Canada BC Open Group. That's where you'll find all the groups and all the results as they come in. Once again, that's challenge.com/2025 Snooker Canada BC Open Group. Oh, disaster. He's definitely going to open up those reds. But didn't expect to put the black in. This could have been the opportunity Gordon's looking for. Does have this red. It's tough along the cushion. Like to be a little bit higher. As you can see by that angle, he's going to be going up table. Does have the angle to come into the red, so just make sure the black get those big 7 points. You're still at the table, you're in control. You can dictate a bit more. Oh, boy, he gave that plan a great chance. So that little 16 break, Gordon has now jumped into the lead with a 38-28 advantage. Second frame, it's a best of 3. Gordon took the first frame. That's a lovely red. Hold nicely for the black. just falters on it. Gordon's got to be kicking himself. Shawn would do well if he can. He does put that red in. That's exactly what he needs to do. If he can build up a little bit of a break. Leave Gordon thinking about that relatively easy black. Well, that pocket is definitely refusing this black ball. He's got a good shot. He's going on the left side of the Reds. Oh, just not going to disturb too much. Shawn could clip off the right side of this red, the rightmost red. Try to feather that red, going the long way. But he hasn't left anything on. 43 points on that table. Still anyone's frame. Oh, this looks all right. Oh, that red just needs to roll a bit more. It's out in the open, hasn't got the cover from the blue. Shawn's just going to slowly roll this red and knock it towards the top cushion and try and get behind that little area of pink and green. What was this idea? Just a millimeter off on the angle. Of course, the red just pushed the pink to the side pocket, and right now that's in Gordon's favor with the lead. You have the lead and there's balls safe on the cushions. Oh, and has that created an area for snookers? That's a huge area. We'll have to definitely keep an eye on that. I think that could come back and give a player nightmares. Go. He's using that green and pink wall. We've seen Shawn have a bit of trouble of getting out of snookers. He might just have come by the blue and maybe play a little bit of side. So it shoots it off to the right. Got to be mindful of the black. Yeah, that's a good shot. Ooh, a miss there by Gordon. He's gifted a great opportunity for Shawn. 8 points. Brings him right back in it. Only trailing by 10. This is a tough red. Yeah. Didn't like him to take it on, but is he going to cross double this? Potentially into the right middle. No. He's playing for the yellow pocket. Gave it a good amount of pace. Just didn't gingerly roll it in. If he did, it probably would have stayed in the jaws of the pocket there. So just giving it a bit of pace. So if it did rattle, it would shoot out for a tough blind cut opportunity if Shawn elects to take this pot on with the red into the yellow pocket. Ooh. Brown is looking like it's going to be pretty important. Both players are going to need it, and it's gone safe to the right cushion. Big shot there for Gordon, and he's going to pull up nicely on the pink. Right side of the pink this time. Has a natural angle. He could just stun up there for the yellow. We got an alright flick. Raises his hand in an apology. As that yellow still will pass the green into its own pocket. Just going to try and get behind the blue here. Coming over to take a look. Referee Lislovenka just having an eye at the ball too. I guess there is the snooker there. Examining just in case this cue ball does need to come back. Oh, yeah, you can. The body language tells you how Shawn felt about that one. Made a wonderful swerve just to get out of the snooker. Connected lovely with the green, but unfortunately his white ball found the bottom of the top right corner pocket. Looks like Gordon maybe was trying to find behind the blue. Obviously the black is cutting the path for that pot for Gordon. Nice shot of the room there. You can see Milad Sonje taking on Margot Lisovenka. Looks like they are just maybe getting into first or second, or maybe that's a match conclusion. Milad's just looking on. Young Kevin Zhang as well, back there in the purple. He'll be scorekeeping our next match. He played in the Junior Championship earlier this year. And the deep background, you have John Shoring, Duncan Banks battling it out. And way, way back there, that's room owner Jonathan Sun taking on Sayam Venugopal. But back to our featured match. Was able to put that green in. Put him ahead by 18 points. Brown is his frame ball. These look easy on the TV screen, but they're definitely tough. Oh, Shawn's so proficient. Great potter. He needs to run the table to put us into a decider. Hello to the friends on the Ontario Snooker Tour. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you're enjoying the BC Open. It's day 2, moving day. Oh, and he's come down just wonderfully on his pink here. Just got to steady the nerves, not get ahead of himself. Oh my. He's got to be fuming inside. Unbelievable shot he makes all day long. Just amazing what a little bit of tournament pressure can do. Because all Gordon needs is the pink. Oh, very nice snooker there by Shawn. That's a little swerve. We're just eyeing it up, seeing what he needs to do, but allowing referee Hanna Lisovenko take a look just in case this white ball needs to come back. Now back to the man at the table. Looks like he is just going to try a little bit of a swerve, not the cushions. It's going to run nicely for Gordon. He's leading this frame by 9 points. He's leading the match 1-0. Just needs 2 frames to get a match win. Just a little pacey on that snooker attempt. Wild, he's left it out there. As you can see, it certainly is a mid to long range pot. Shawn needs pink and black to put us into decider. Gordon just wanting that pink to put his record to 2-1 in the overall standings. The pink is there. This black for his first frame and put us into a decider in this best of three. Oh, he gave it some pace, and there it is. What a pot there on that black by Shawn Telban. With that, he puts us into a decider. We'll step aside for a short break and be back with this deciding frame of this exciting round-robin match. And welcome back. Gordon Wu set to break us off in this deciding third frame. Let's see how Gordon can respond. Yeah, some of the time, just when you're thrown up against and your back's against the wall, that's when you really produce the goods. We see that more in longer form matches. breaks down on 16, but a good opening remark there by Gordon. Looks like a little phone was going off in the room. It is going to start to get busy in here. This is an active billiard room. And sometimes the concessions that we do need to make from time to time, as these tables are quite big and definitely a big ordeal to move around and recloth. I'd have to say, if you want to look into the world of table mechanicking, you might not go hungry. And if you're good at what you do, there's a lot of need for it. Part about mechanic work is just everybody wants to get their table just so pinpoint precise and perfect. It's tough to do a little trial and error. Possibly when this tournament reaches its climax, I might reach out to our good friend Simon Barker, who put together these Rasson tables here at Top 147. Maybe ask him what the best bet is, because it can be an intimidating thing to be a mechanic. One thing, they're big tables. People do want the best conditions for their table. It's tough because we are human and mistakes happen, as we do see sometimes in the game of snooker. Players do not hit shots that they usually do. CT tuning in, wondering what type of cloth this is. You know, I think it might actually be Marco Fu, who has brought out a brand of cloth. I'll have to check that with room owner Jonathan's son, but I know he was talking a little bit about that. The Strachan-Strawn debate. I've gone to the source. Dave Hendon, Mr. Snooker over there, the host of Snooker Scene podcast and a great commentator on the Pro Tour. We had this debate a few years ago in a tournament if it was Strachan or Strawn. Obviously, it looks like Strachan in the spelling, but I believe it is pronounced Strawn. Actually, we were down in Sacramento last weekend at that great U.S. Snooker Masters tournament at the Sacramento Snooker and Billiards Room, and they were actually using Lieberwin cloth. Yeah, we do appreciate all your comments. Any questions you may have, we'll do our best to answer them. Do let us know where you're tuning in from. We're here in Richmond, British Columbia. We're also using Snook-D in Surrey. So we had a lot of players, a lot of matches to go through, so we had to reach out to another club in the surrounding area. It's great to see that more and more clubs are opening, so more and more demand for a mechanic. If you can be on par with the aforementioned Simon Barker, I'm pretty sure he's touched down all over the globe. Travels pretty light too. Doesn't have a lot of extravagant gear. Really just has the necessary means. Hey, Jason McKenzie. Wondering what the high break right now. Well, high break is at 53 by Rex UA. But I have to say that that should fall by tournament end. You know, when we start to get into a few longer form matches, some players might just let their hair down, so we say, in the first frames and maybe go and try and make a high break. Whereas in these tight best of 3 round robin matches, you lose one frame, you're really up against it. And great you're tuning in from Thunder Bay, my old alma mater. That's where I went to film school in Confederation College. Just a question for you, Jason. Is that giant still sleeping out there? Hey, and Joseph Ian Hyde tuning in from Saskatchewan. Great to hear. You guys got a great scene out there. Love to get out to that province. As if you look at your local map of Canada, the geography of Saskatchewan almost kind of looks like a snooker table. But it was a great trip down at the U.S. Snooker Masters in Sacramento. Well, I can tell you guys who won. It was an exciting final. I think they're going to be putting up the, it was there live, but now they're going to do the video. Hopefully soon, Christian Youngers is going to put it up online. So I'll leave it to you. Let me know. Do you want me to tell you the results? Or do you want to wait until that video goes live? But in this deciding frame, Gordon Wu's got a 17-9 advantage. Good to hear Winnipeg's tuning in, CT. Darcy Michael doing tremendous work out there in the middle of Canada. Just recently put on the Central Canadian Championships. I think he's gearing up for a senior championship to be played at Bourbon Street Billiards, a real hot pot for Q action. Nice long pot there by Shawn. Maybe just run just a bit much. Needs a big bounce. To just be a little bit higher so it's not such a blind cut for that green. Oh, we might have fluked this blue. Was that fluke just what Shawn needed? As you can see, he's got the pink into the top right corner. Or you might think about the brown. As you can see, the brown does go as well. Just a little too thin. Alright, it's Gordon thinks about this red. Well, he's ready to shoot. Cover your ears if you don't want to hear the results of the U.S. Snooker Masters. I'm giving you options, so hopefully they're covered if you don't want to hear the result. But Renat Denka won it 5-4 over David Morris. And it was 2025. We were channeling 1985 because it went all the way down to the final black in the final frame. Thrilling stuff there in Sacramento. Lots of fun. So there, that's all we're going to talk about there. I've given the results. If you wanted it and you missed it, you missed it. It was more of an open tournament, Joseph, because they did have players actually from Holland, Ireland, and as well our good friend Charlie Brown went down to compete as the lone Canadian. And he was looking to get a few be to come down. Unfortunately, it was a busy couple of weeks. There's a few tournaments going on, and sometimes travel can be a bit costly. Obviously, when we're down in Snooker Room in Concord, California, over Memorial Day, that will be the U.S. Nationals. Now, that is only open to U.S. citizens, as well as the Canadian National Championship that will be going down in late May. That is only open to Canadian citizens. As well as the PAPS events that I've mentioned before, that's open to any player that is a resident in the Americas, North, South, and Central. This is good. Good rebound for Gordon. Came out strong that first frame, and Shawn was able to tie the match by winning the last frame. But Gordon is dug in. Looks like he's going to put himself to a 2-1 record in the group. Oh, maybe not. He's got a 1-on-1 record right now. Shawn, as well as John Robbins, are ahead of this group with a 2-0 match line. Yeah, all the results are up there on the challenge site. It's challenge.com/2025 Snooker Canada BC Open Group. You'll just see the results. There's not really much breaks in the score line there. So just win and loss. Always got fortunate there. See that cue ball just there in the jaws. Raising the hand. Snookered him on the open red. Our next match on the TV table will feature Albert Lamb taking on Eric Nelson. He's a little fortunate. That red is on. It's just off the cushion a little. Shawn's pretty fearless. I wouldn't be surprised if he refused it. Oh. He's bumped out that red. We're both feeling it here. Both just can't pull the trigger. There's a pathway for this red going past the blue for Shawn. Oh, nothing's falling right now. He's kind of opened it up a little bit. As you can see, Shawn has an option of 2 reds. It's come up quite a bunch, but he does have the red. The opposite corner. Just take this gingerly, come off the cushion. He'd love to be straight on that red that's just below the black. Oh, he's electing to take the black on. And he's got it. This tough shot looks pretty straight. It's pretty tight to that cushion. Yeah, kind of jacked up. I think he knew that he was straight on and he could have followed in. It's got a good cue ball. Just a little less of a flick on that pink. behind the yellow. Just a bit much pace there. As you can see from that angle, that red is onto the middle. I think the black could go past the brown. That means he's going to have to rather stun that red. Not going to do that. Going to maybe follow for the blue. Wow. Just heavily disgusted with that shot. Couldn't believe it. Is there enough of this red for him to cut it in? Doesn't look like it. He's going to try and get behind the black here. We gave it a shot, and unfortunately the red has come right up into a very easily potable position for Gordon. Falters. Don't know why he needs to hit it that hard. Obviously there's 43 points on the table, but more and more you take these reds off, you're going to make it tougher and tougher for your opponent. Sure, is there a pathway for this pink? Solid under pressure. That's a good point, Wayne. Just curious if Gordon's back arm has a lot of movement when he's on the stroke. Have to keep an eye out for it. Oh, we may not get a chance for that, as Shawn's potting quite well here. He's certainly making it a exciting decider now as we're on to the colors. There's only 4 points in it. Good out, coming cushion first, creating distance between the cue ball and the yellow ball. Just going to come up a little short. I think there's just a trace of angle. It's not straight for Gordon. I think really it's going to come down to this brown ball. Yeah, I noticed a little twinge actually in Gordon's back arm, Wayne. Yes, you are correct. Wayne, that's Lance Bromlin. He's doing dynamite work. Allows me kind of to come up here and do my commentary thing while he mans the room, making sure everything is in order and keeps matches going. Oh, he tried the cut, but it wasn't there. So just 2 points in it with 25 on the table. Just asking for the cue ball to be cleaned. So Gordon just needs up to blue. And Shawn would need up to pink. But the way this is going, it seems like we could be going down to a final black. I think he's got saved by the blue there. This might be a free ball. It certainly is. And Gordon's putting him in from this position. Obviously Gordon could have put him back to the original position, or Gordon could have tried his attempt on the free ball, or doing what he's doing right here, making his opponent shoot from that position. Yeah, I think Gordon will rack up the points here. Green was on, but just brown is definitely tricky. That's a good hit there. He's left a long green on for Gordon. Sacrificed a few penalty points. Gordon just needs green and brown to put us in the snooker's required stage. And the cut back double there. It's off the cushion a bit. It's definitely a chance for Shawn to take this green on. Great pot there. Was that tight, and it's just off the cushion. Boy, would he have loved that brown just to get tight. Thanks for the note, CT. We'll look into the delay on audio and video. Oh, he almost flicked off that brown. That would have been some fluke. A lot of grooving and shaking there. Certainly a tough pot coming down this cushion. He's not taking it on. Oh, and he's left it. That's gotta hurt Gordon. So you can see there that brown definitely goes into the top left corner as an angle to come up and could get on the blue, or at least disturb it from the cushion. Don't think he can do much with this. I think just make sure of the pot. Oh, he's electing to try and get behind the pink. Looks like he does have the snooker. Tap on the table. tide has turned here. Great snooker there by Shawn. Telban has catapulted him into the lead. Successful hit there. Left on, but Shawn could just thinly cut this blue and come off the cushion and could get behind the pink again. Was the idea just a little pacey though? So slim margin here, only 3 points in it. It's getting tense in this deciding frame. Gordon going for the long pot, but he's giving now Shawn a chance. Just got to be mindful of queuing over that black ball. Referee Lisovenka should be eyes glued just to make sure no piece of clothing touches it. Oh, he can't believe it. He gasps as he got up from that shot. Another twist. Leaves the spot out because Gordon's given it pace before. That was a nice firm pace shot. Needs to run some more for him. Got to use the rest. That's pretty much his frame and match ball here for Gordon Wu. Oh, it doesn't go, and the pink or the cue ball goes in. Oh my goodness. Can you believe it? So now the pink, Shawn's frame and match ball. What a teeter-tottering affair. And that's there. And the cue ball saying handshakes there. Wow, both players breathe a sigh of relief. What a match that we had there, all the way down to the wire. It's exciting stuff here at day 2 of the 2025 BC Open Snooker Championship. We're going to step aside for about 5 minutes or so and just get our stream ready for our next featured match between Albert Lamb and Eric Nelson. Stay tuned, everybody.